Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I know. You've seen the same shirt, same background, same ginger. I'm grinding out some videos. I love the Packers. That's what I'm passionate about. So I'm gonna keep doing it. You know. Today, we're talking about free agent receivers. One of my favorite topics. Because right now we don't. Do we have anybody not on a rookie contract? Not that I can think of. So I think isn't the four guys we like technically have are Watson, Dobbs, Torrey, and Bo Belton. I think those guys are solid. They're just extremely young. So it's time to look at free agency because I think we'll add possibly two in the draft. One kind of early and one kind of late. So the early guy will be there. So we'll have five kind of for sure's. Or five kind of for sure's. I want to at least get, what, two guys? I think two guys is fair. Sorry, this is too loud. Is it too loud? Sorry, is it too loud? Okay, it's too loud. Alright. We're just gonna get into this. Sorry, you had to listen to me talk for a minute and a half. Goodness. Hopefully y'all just skipped it. Sorry, I like making fun of myself. It's fun. It's fun. Alright. This kind of just goes down by, what we got paid last year. I can't believe we paid Cobb $9 million last year. I know it was with incentives and stuff, but like $9 million. Are you kidding me? We could have gotten a lot better for $9 million. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Oh gosh, it's almost 2 minutes. Goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. Nelson, no. Sterling Sharp, no. Just they're older. They're aging. They're old. How many more ways can I say it? They're old. But here we go. My favorite. Favorite's a hard word. My top three favorite free agents for the Packers to target. One of them's DJ Chark. 100%. 100%. I don't see why we don't get him. I don't see why we didn't get him last year. We could have used him last year. He played good at the Lions. I mean, he had 500 yards. He had 0 fumbles, which is pretty impressive. I like 0 fumbles, especially with fumbling hurting us. Sorry, Aaron Jones. But yeah, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on Chark. He had a 1-year, $10 million deal. I don't think he proved himself to be like worth $10 million. I think we could get by with like a 2 years, 14, 16 million. I think that's fair. And I'd love to have Chark. Cobb, sorry buddy. Marvin Jones, no. Julio, no. Byron Pringles, 29? No way. I thought he was at the Chiefs like yesterday. Lazard, sorry. Sucks to see him go. Myers, I think he's going to want a lot of money for some reason. He's a solid player, but I wouldn't pay more than like $8 million a year for him. I just don't see it. Hardy, kind of specialty gadget player, didn't get much usage. Juju, no way, he had 900 yards this year. That's pretty impressive. There's no way. I didn't know he had 900 yards. 3 touchdowns is fantastic. Oh, 3 fumbles. 3 fumbles. I'll let that marinate for Juju. If he comes to the Packers for $3.7 million, yes, I'll take him all day. But at the moment, no. AJ Green, sorry buddy, you should retire. He had a great career. Landry, I wouldn't be mad about it. It's just he wasn't very healthy last year. So Sims is an interesting one. He's fast. He's real fast. Washington really never used him. N'Keal Harry. Nope. Not gonna take one of New England's failed experiments. Olamide Zaccheaus. Awesome name. he had 533 yards last year. That's kind of surprising. I guess they know what to throw to, or throwing to them. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like I have multi-personality disorder. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like joking. No. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. No. Hollins is an interesting. He's just too old. Crowder, no. Watkins was a good try, I guess. Pascal, no. Cole, no. Perriman, if he was younger, I'd take him. I always liked him. Marquise Goodwin. Same thing, honestly. Just younger. And here's another one of my top guys, McCole Hardman. He really interests me because he's a burner for sure, right? We already have that Christian Watson, but that would allow Christian Watson to, learn the route tree and actually become like a #1 receiver instead of just trying to go deep every play. And McCole Hardman, I think he'd be pretty cheap. I don't think he'd be a ridiculous. Let's see, market value right here. I know you can't see my face anymore. Poor y'all. No way, his market value would be 11 mil? I don't really see that. Honestly, I don't see that. It's hard to get a cheap receiver. He is young though. Good saying, 4-year, 44 mil. I'd give him probably 3-year, 30. It's just we can't spend that much money, honestly. I mean, if he wanted to come here cheap, I'm not gonna deny him. Oh no, it went back to running backs. That was a previous video. Hopefully I'll check that one out, because I think Aaron Jones is kind of on his way out. I hope not. I just think it's gonna happen. Where are we at? Hardman. He's one of my top guys, but I couldn't pay him 11 for sure. Paris Campbell, not a big fan of. Noah Brown's an interesting one. I thought he was pretty underused in Dallas. So, if he wants to come here, sure. Maybe he's in my top 10, 15 receivers. Bird, not really. Sherfield, really liked him when he played at Miami. Really liked him. I thought he was a good player. He might be my top 10. I mean, I think he's a good player. He has good hands. I don't see why he wouldn't be a really cheap guy to bring aboard for some veteran presence, because that's what we need so badly, veteran presence. I'm not saying old guy presence. Sorry, y'all can't see my face. Oh no. But just veteran presence. The oldest guy is maybe 23, 24. We can't have that. Because I don't think we're not bringing back Lazard or Cobb, so that's two already out the door. Chris Moore, if he was younger, maybe. Kumaro, if only he was here a couple of years ago. Trent Taylor, we're kind of getting into the lowly. Richie James, really liked him. I think he'd be a good slot guy. If we don't, okay, one of the hypotheticals, Aaron Rodgers, a couple draft picks, Elijah Moore, he'd be our slot guy. We could. I also like Dobbs in the slot if we put him there more often. But if not, Richie James. He's a fast little sucker. I like him. I think he'd be cheap too. But I see the Giants keeping him because they don't have anybody at all. Let's see. DeMarcus Robinson isn't bad. I like the way he played at Baltimore with literally no one else. But tad older. I love how they put Juwan Johnson as a receiver. But I mean, I like him. If he wants to come play tight end, like let's say we draft a guy and then we get Juwan Johnson and then we keep DeGuara as kind of like a backup guy, I'd be happy with that. If he was cheap. He had 7 touchdowns last year. He's a restricted free agent as well, though, so we gotta think about that. We're almost done. Anybody of any relevance? Callaway. I actually wanted us to get Callaway last year. Young guy. I mean, he's still a restricted free agent, but he's big. He could take over Lazard's role. he's probably my top 5 guys we should go get. As well as down here, Darius Slayton. I like the guy. Good player. He's a solid player. That's what we need right now. We need just experienced, solid players. Because if we got young quarterback, young receivers, young offensive line, honestly, and then young tight end, that's gonna be. There's just too much youth. I mean, I love youth. I love cheap youth, especially. But you have to have veteran presence. I think Cobb did a really good job last year, but it wasn't worth $9 million. So honestly, I think we need to bring 2 in. I said that before. Slayton, I'd be exceptionally happy with Slayton. Are you kidding me? Callaway, I'd be moderately happy, I think, on the right deal. But he's restricted, of course. Who are some other guys? Richie James is a bad one. McCole Hardman, if we didn't pay him $44 million, I could do that. Yeah. And then number 1, baby, DJ Chark. That's what I'm saying. There's plenty of free agents. We need somebody to come in there and can kind of control the room. I'm not saying he needs to be a number 1 receiver, but I need a guy that's gonna be out there and get 500-600 yards at least. I need one of those guys, and I want it to be DJ Chark, and kind of get back in the Lions too. Yeah. All right, that's my free agent receivers right now. This at the moment. I'll give updates. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who are your favorite guys? Do you agree with me on Chark? Do you disagree with me on a couple others? Probably do. Sorry I had to see my face for that long. Yeah, have a good day. Bye.